Today we're going to be learning about taste buds. What is a taste bud? Taste buds are receptors on your tongue that allow you to taste. Okay, there are 4 types of taste that you can taste on your tongue. What are they? You have sweet, salty, sour, and the last one a lot of people forget is bitter. We're going to be doing an experiment today to figure out where on our tongue we taste these 4 tastes. When I tell you to, you will be splitting up into groups. One other person, find a partner, and you will be getting 8 cups. You are going to get 4 cups labeled A, B, C, and D, and you are going to get a cup labeled salt, a cup labeled cocoa, a cup labeled brown sugar, and a cup labeled lemon juice. When you get your 8 cups, you are going to pour, I'm going to take my salt, this is very important, salt is going to be poured into cup A. I'm going to pour my salt in and use a cotton swab to mix it together. I'm going to do the same with cup B and my cocoa. Cocoa goes in B. I'll mix that together. Cup C, you are going to mix your brown sugar. Pour my brown sugar in. Get a new cotton swab. It's very important that we do not mix these because the taste will be thrown off if we mix the cotton swabs. Mix my brown sugar. And in cup D, I will be pouring lemon juice. Once again, get a new cotton swab so that we aren't mixing tastes together, and stir that up a little bit. Once you're in your groups, what I need you to do is get a piece of paper out, probably in your science journal, and you are going to draw a picture of a tongue. We have our tongue. Our tongue is kind of a weird shape, kind of like an oval, and it comes to a point. Now, there are 4 spots on the tongue that you're going to need to taste these items. We're going to do one on the very front, one as far back as possible without choking, and one on each side. Now, our goal is to determine where we taste sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. We are going to make sure we predict, once again, before, where we are going to be able to taste these 4 tastes. So, my salt. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say, am I going to taste salt in the front, in the back, or one of the 2 sides? So, in your science notebooks, go ahead, you can make a chart, you can just write down little notes. For salt, write your prediction. Are you going to say front, back, left, or right? Now you're going to make your predictions for all of these. And take cup A, remember that has salt, take your cotton swab, once again, a new cotton swab for each partner. We don't want to be spreading germs today. You're going to take this, and on your partner's tongue, you're going to dab it on the front, on the back, on the left, and on the right. So, here is our tongue. Once again, you're going to make a dab right here, right here, and right here. Immediately after you taste the salt, you're going to write in your journal, maybe underneath where you made your prediction or on a whole new page, go ahead and write, I tasted salt. I tasted salt. And then go ahead and write where you tasted salt. Then we're going to do the same thing with cup B. This is our cocoa powder. Take a new cotton swab and dab front, back, left, and right. Now, once again, underneath your predictions or on your whole new observation page, you are going to write, I tasted cocoa. Now, cocoa is very confusing because it is going to be what you taste bitter. Cocoa powder sounds like it's going to be sweet, but it's what we cook with, and we add sugar to those things. So cocoa powder is not sweet. It is your bitter taste. So make sure that you remember that when you're tasting your cocoa powder, this will be where you taste bitter. So I did that with my cocoa. Now I'm going to take my brown sugar. Once again, I'm going to take a new swab so I don't confuse taste, and a new swab so I don't get my partner's germs. I'm going to take it and do the front, back, left, and right. I'm going to make my observations with my tongue, and I'm going to say, I tasted brown sugar or sweet. I tasted brown sugar. And write where you tasted it. It is very important, if you tasted more than one spot, make sure to write that. And lastly, we're going to take cup D, which is lemon juice, so this is going to be our sour. And I'm going to touch the front, back, left, and right. Now once again, right away, I want to write where I tasted sour. I don't want to forget, because with tasting all of these things, it would be very easy to forget where I tasted the cocoa powder when I'm all the way done with lemon juice already. So, right after, I'm going to write, I tasted lemon juice. Or to help you remember, you can write, I tasted sour, and write where you tasted it. Go ahead and make these 4 observations. I will be coming around. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, in your science journals, there are 3 questions that I want you guys to answer. The first question is, how did your partner think these 4 liquids tasted? In other words, where did they predict? And what happened for them? Did they taste salt on the back, front, left, right, or in multiple places? The second question I want you guys to answer is, did you agree with your partner? Did you have the same findings that your partner had? So, question 2. Do you agree with what your partner found? If not, that's fine. This is a science experiment. We're all going to have different findings. The last question is the question I want you guys to focus on. This question is, are there any special places you found where you taste salt? Were there any specific areas that you tasted salt? This is basically writing down your observations again while answering the question. So once again, were there any special places that you found that you tasted salty, sweet, bitter, or one more thing that I would like for you to write in your science journals. Write this sentence and fill in the blank using what we have learned today from this experiment. Taste buds for sweet, salty, sour, and bitter can be found blank the tongue. So, what I want you to do is fill in that blank. Where can those taste buds be found? Where can these taste buds be found? You should have written all over. In our experiment today, we learned that there is no specific spot where we taste salt, sweet, sour, or bitter. We can actually taste them in all four areas. We can taste each one on the back, the front, the left, and the right.